Hey everyone, I want to talk about stakeholder communications and a little more specifically how AI can help with stakeholder communications. So starting where we usually do from the 6 personas of product leadership framework that we've developed, this sort of sits within the Political Navigator, right? As a product leader, you've got to build and maintain important relationships with stakeholders across the company. You've got to understand and navigate tricky organizational dynamics. Whether it's a small startup or a giant multinational, there are relationships, there are dynamics, there's history, there's always something to worry about. You've got to manage all of their diverse needs, right? The engineering lead has a different set of needs than the sales lead. And you need to know kind of when and more importantly, how to influence others. Your team will be more successful the more effective you are at helping to politically navigate the environment that you and your team are operating in. So let's jump into this, right? I want to say, for starters, though, that stakeholder communications, hopefully we can all agree, incredibly important for product managers, incredibly important for product leaders. Keeping all your stakeholders aligned and informed and moving along with you is really, really critical to the success of your overall product. But can we just stop doing one-size-fits-all stakeholder communications? Let's just stop it entirely. I used to do it a lot early in my career because it was efficient, right? I'd send out a mass email with lots of information to everyone, marketing, sales, execs, engineering, and would hope that they would all read and find what they needed in there. As it turned out, nobody read any of it. And it was ineffective. So then I would start to call a big meeting, and it would immediately go off the rails because the head of finance would start going down a rabbit hole that nobody else cared about. So let's just stop doing one size fits all. So what I'm going to walk you through is a demo, and let me start with some of the material that I have here. So I've got a product development status summary. Right, so this is a fictional product, right, where we're doing a customer analytics dashboard. We're in week 8 of 12. I've got some technical progress, some business metrics, some risks and blockers, budget and resources, and customer feedback. As a product manager, you have this information typically either in one or multiple different documents or systems. You're able to sort of come up with this sort of one-pager of important information as needed from the different resources that you have available to you. And you need to share this out so that all your stakeholders feel as if they are included and aligned and informed with the overall progress. Now here's an important trick, this next step. I've created, fictional of course, but I would challenge all of you to create stakeholder dossiers. Key personality characteristics of each important stakeholder you have. What's their communication style that they prefer? What are the concerns they always bring up? What are their questions they always ask? What do you know sort of sends them, off onto a tangent? What's a red flag for them? What do they care about? And so these are dossiers that will evolve and grow and mature over time. But the idea here is that for our VP of product, I've got some details. Engineering lead, I've got some details. Our head of marketing and our customer success manager, right? And they're all going to be a little bit different. And again, we're out of this one-size-fits-all world. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a pretty complex prompt and I'm going to send out a stakeholder communication tuned for each of these. All right, and this is the prompt. All of this information is available in a link below. And so I'm going to grab the prompt first and I'm going to copy it and I'm going to go into Claude and I'm going to go ahead and paste the prompt. Now the prompt includes the project status. So I'm going to come over here and grab that. Great. And it includes a spot for the stakeholder dossiers. So let me go ahead and grab those. Okay, and let's send it through. So we basically have done a prompt that says, you're an expert in stakeholder communications and management. I will provide you with a comprehensive project status update and detailed stakeholder profiles. Your task is to transform the status into tailored communications for each stakeholder. For each person, create a focused message that uses their preferred communication style, emphasizes information most relevant to them, etc. Provide subject line that grabs their attention, an opening that speaks to their concerns, a body that highlights relevant information, etc. And then we have the project status that we put in, and then the stakeholder dossiers. Okay, and let's take a look at what it's got. So here we go. Jenny Chen, we've got on track for ROI targets, managing iOS risk. We've got an exec summary, some key business metrics for her, and some next steps. Excellent. Engineering lead, looks like we're highlighting some development updates and some resource decisions that we need some support on. We've got technical progress, technical challenges, technical debt, right? It's all about the technology and the challenges and successes we've got, appropriate for him. For Eric, our head of marketing, we've got a story, a strong DevCon timeline secure with mobile contingency. We have a customer narrative discussion here. We have an update on messaging assets. Excellent. Okay. And then lastly, our customer success manager. She's going to be really important, really focused, I should say, on customer sat thus far. So we'll share some wins, some user adoption reality, etc. So what I want to highlight is literally in just about 2 or 3 minutes, I took a project or a product status update, right? I took dossiers that I've curated and cultivated over some time. I smashed them together in a fairly long and elaborate prompt, and I have now 4 emails that I can copy, paste, and send in minutes. And I have informed and happy stakeholders. So this business of one size fits all, let's get out of it. Let's get out of it entirely because it doesn't work. Your homework, I would love for all of you, go back to work this week and just start creating some of these stakeholder dossiers, right? Just a couple of bullet points. What is this person like? What is this person like? What do they not like? What are their triggers? What are their key issues? What are the questions they always ask? What are the things they always look for, right? Build those out. And the next time you want to do an update, use the prompt that I provide in the link below and create tuned, customized, personalized stakeholder communications for each of your stakeholders. Don't forget, if you want to get notified every time I release any of these videos, go ahead and subscribe below. As I mentioned, the link to this information so that you can recreate this demo on your own is below as well. Thanks, and as always, break a pencil.